Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and good morning to all my fellow friends and also to our beloved lecturer. lecturer, sorry. So today we are going to present about marine conservation. Yeah, when we talk about marine life, there will be various aquatic living things that live in the oceans. It is include the wonderful fishes, beautiful coral reefs, and any other living things. Marine life is also very important for the human. For example, it is need for food security, which is feed for livestock, and then it is also important for raw materials, which is for the medicine, and then it is also important for the buildings, the way they can get a source of buildings from the coral reef, sand, and also rocks from the marine life. So there is a marine life, but we have to know that there is a lot of endangered species that come from marine life. It is including the vaquita porpoise, and we also have a blue whale, and also we have hawksbill turtle. For your information, the International Union for Conservation of Nature (IUCN) currently lists more than 300 marine species as endangered already or vulnerable of becoming so. This is a quite serious issue that we have to pay full attention. So what we have to do? We have to start the marine conservation. Marine conservation is very important as it helps in protecting important habitats and representative samples of marine life. It is also can assist in restoring the productivity of the ocean and avoid the further degradation. So, by performing this marine conservation, we have two main objectives. The first one is to protect and restore the biodiversity within the ecosystem of an area. And the second one is management in way that supports the extraction of living resources.
And how we conserve marine biodiversity. First, establishing and enforcement of law. For example, Endangered Species Acts and Marine Mammals Protection. By establishing law and enforcement of law, we can protect our marine species from being endangered by humankind. Second is establishing protection area. By establishing protection area, we can protect certain habitats of marine species. Thirdly is educations of marines. By educating our humans, we will be aware about how important is marine towards our biodiversity. Lastly, we can also avoid from use plastics and avoid to make pollutions to our ocean. These acts will save our marine species from plastics and oil or other harmful substances towards them. Threats to marine biodiversity. Threats to marine biodiversity are many from human itself. For example, overfishing. Overfishing is we harvest too many population of marine species. For example, whales. Whales have been hunted by humans because of many of their body parts has become our favorite foods. This lastly will make whales become one of the endangered species. Second is invasive species. Invasive species is a species that not native to a particular population. For example, lionfish in US has been introduced to an aquarium species. This made the native of an aquarium has lost their habitats because lionfish has become one of a predator of that particular habitats. Third is habitat loss and coastal development. Coastal development by humankind has made many marine species lost their habitats. For example, turtles. Turtles, as we know, they will has their nesting periods. For example, turtles need to return to the shore to nest. When they are come back, the particular beach has been developed by humans. This will make turtle loss place to nesting. Fourth is ocean noise. Ocean noise has been produced by many ships of humankind. The noise that produced by ships will disturb communication between animals. For example, whales. They will make a noise to communicate with each other and find prey. When the noise has been disturbed by human sheep, this will make difficult for whales to find their prey and communicate for each other. This will make whales becomes more endangered and become difficult for them to live. Lastly is ocean pollution and oil spills. For example, there are cases that nuclear radiation has been spread toward ocean. This happened in Japan. When this tsunami happened in Japan, the nuclear reactor has been affected by the tsunami and spreads the radiation to the ocean. This makes the ocean has been infected and the habitat of marine species has died. And the more example is ocean and plastic population. Plastic has been made many marine species affected, especially the coral reef.
So now let us move to the next one, which is the current issues that occur in the Philippine Seas. Did you know that the marine biologist has referred the Philippine Seas as center of aquatic biodiversity? However, with ongoing decimations, the Philippine Seas is facing a bleak future. Although it is still a home of unique seaweeds, marine animals, marine mammals, and also seagrass, but the country for now is struggling to conserve its marine life as they are facing human activities such as overfishing, destructive fishing methods, and also growing plastic pollutions. These human activities coupled with the climate change have affect the Philippine Seas and been a big loss for the Philippines. There is a study published in the Philippine Journal of Science reports that reefs in the country's territorial water are no longer in excellent conditions. It is either fair or poor. And another report in 2017 by the United Nations predicted that all 29 World Heritage coral reefs, including one in the Philippines, will die out by 2100 unless carbon emissions are drastically reduced. As for the destructive practices like dynamite fishing, bottom trawling, and cyanide fishing have been wreak havoc in the in the Philippine Seas, it can be seen from the analysis that has been done by the British Columbia, found that these destructive fishing methods have been used since 1960s, with the peak at the 70s and 80s. In the late 90s, there has been an authorities that issued a ban towards it. However, these fishing methods continue to be commonly used until now. As for the dynamite fishing, it is whereby the explosive are detonated underwater, killing all marine life within the radius of the blast. It is the most common practice among the local fishermen, as it is easy for them to gain high amount of fishes that they desire. As for the second most popular practice is the cyanide fishing, where it is a technique that used to stun the fish by squirting sodium cyanide into the water. Another method that has been used is the bottom trawling, that used for large-scale fishing by commercial fishing vessels. In 2014, the European Union has issued a ban against the Philippines from exporting to the bloc unless its fishing activities were strictly regulated. Because of this, the Philippines government has made a new fishery code that calls for stricter measures against destructive methods. However, it has produced mixed results because of the absence of serious enforcement measures. As for the growing plastic pollutions, it has been a headache and affect the Philippine seas. It can be seen in 2018. The country has attracted international attention when a young whale shark was found dead in Davao del Norte, and a biologist not only retrieved a carp but also wrappers and numerous other plastic items from its stomach. From this incident, it can be seen how much the Philippine seas has been polluted with the human activities. At the same year, in 2018, the government has restricted access to the Boracay, as although it is a favorite holiday destination for the tourists and important economic driver. It is because the place has been sheer amount of trash in the water. So from this, we can say that it is better for us as Malaysians to appreciate our aquatic biodiversity and value more about it. It is because not only our sea is our main source of water, but also it will be beneficial for us, not only for our here but also for the other species. So that's all from me. Thank you.